Hi Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 1st to the 15th, 2021 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Taurus. July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Taurus. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Taurus. July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Taurus. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Taurus. July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Taurus. Taurus. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Taurus. July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Taurus. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels. Okay. So at the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So at our root, we have the Two of Wands and the Ten of Swords, intense. Inner self, we have the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Cups. That's very nice. Queen of Cups is also water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. There can be a very loving person in our lives, or a person who tries really, really hard to be emotionally connected to things, helping us move forward passionately within our careers, within what we desire, or there's this sense of creatively needing an outlet, needing to say, you know, how is it that I'm going to move forward in this world? Like, what is it that I can do to bring happiness and contentment back into my life? Our heart, we have the Three of Pentacles, hard work and collaboration, and then we have the Five of Swords. There's a sense of something that we thought we had settled coming back, and it's like, oh, okay, I didn't want to deal with this, and I don't like this, but I'm not going to be taken advantage of. I'm not going to be treated that way, or yeah. And some people will see it as, oh, you're not being as nice as you usually are, Taurus. And it's nothing about not being as nice as you usually are or anything like that. It's like, no, I'm standing up for myself. I'm moving forward in this power, in this strength, in this identity of self, or in this determination of what I need. And I'm tired of being smacked down in the same exact way, time and time again. In our inner self, our public arena, we have the Knight of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. and we have the Page of Pentacles. So we ourselves are coming through as a student, as a person who is learning, developing as a page. So there's a lot that we're going to be seeing differently during this time. And there's going to be knowledge that we're going to sit there and think, oh, what could I do with that? Like, how could I move forward with that? Oh, where could that lead me? And there's just going to be this immense curiosity, and we have to work with that. And there's going to be a sense of really starting off really, really strong and then kind of losing interest. So that can be good in one sense, because Spirit is saying that what we lose interest in at times, like where we kind of die off with things, that can show us, okay, I'm not really as into that as I thought. But if we keep on doing it repeatedly, we have to step back and say, okay, like what's important, and why is it that I get myself to this certain point every single time and I just kind of turn away from it? Because I know that this is important for me. I know that there is more out there than I realized and that I really want. And so why do I keep on sabotaging myself? So that's going to be something we need to be mindful of during this time. So let's look at our chakra energy, Taurus. July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Taurus, angels and spirit guides. Grounding. This is the Earth Star chakra located 6 inches below our feet. How are we grounding ourselves within our world? How is our soil? You know, we talk about our roots and everything, but, you know, when you think of grounding, you think of the roots growing. But also, how's the quality of the soil that we are nourishing ourselves on? How are we nourishing ourselves? How are we moving forward? What are we feeding ourselves? What is the news and the information that we are constantly taking in? Is it building us up, or is it really knocking us down? That's going to be something that's really, really, really important to look at and to gain an understanding of. It moves us then to the energy that we need to be mindful of. What is the energy that Taurus needs to be mindful of? July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Taurus. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. The Prince of Swords. So this energy comes through in the public arena. Now, it can be that we have to be very mindful of being swept up in a certain ideology, a certain way of thinking, a certain, type of something. It's just going to call to us. We're going to be like, oh, wow, that is so intense. That is so cool. That is so interesting. I want to be swept up in it. I want to be all consumed. But we have to be mindful of our responsibilities, of exactly what is consuming us and how that is feeding us, our Earth Star chakra, how our roots are being taken care of, how we're building ourselves up or, crushing ourselves down. With the Prince of Swords, there's also this sense of we really like go-getters. We really like people who are doing things, going after things, moving themselves forward, empowering themselves. And we're really going to see that as something that we could either get jealous of, like, wow, I'm not doing as much as these people are, because we do have this sense during this time, again, of these stops and then these goes, of this, like, oh, this is how I'm working together, this is how this is coming forward, and then the sense of what I'm getting a little bit bored with it. I don't know if this is what I want. I'm questioning, I'm seeking, I'm looking at things in so many different directions that I've actually gotten myself confused. So stepping back is going to be very important, and not getting just caught up in the latest whatever is going to be something that we really need to be mindful of during this time. Now, at our root, we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is important because it's opening up a new world to us, a new way of seeing things, a new identity, a new power, a new understanding. Now, with the Two of Wands during this time, it's almost like my passion is leading me in two directions. I want the doors to open, but I don't know. It's funny because it's like it's an invisible door. I don't know why I'm seeing that, but it's kind of like I don't know how to turn it open. I don't know how to step forward. And that's going to be something we struggle with during this time. In July, we want things to change drastically, or we want things to move forward drastically. And we can be fumbling with things a little bit during this time, but it's not going to be something that everybody else is going to be noticing. It's going to be something that we ourselves have to notice and be empowered by and say, okay, so this isn't working out as smoothly or as seamlessly as I had thought. That's okay. What about this? What about that? And be kinder to ourselves. We're looking at where we stand within the world, but we can really be questioning where we stand and why we stand there. How we're moving forward, what we're going after, what we want, what we desire, what we need. And we can be finding like this connection in a place that doesn't really care for us, in a place that doesn't have our backs. So do be mindful of that during this time. It's going to be really important. And then we have the 10 of Swords. And the 10 of Swords is, I've just had enough. It's the darkness before the dawn, but it's also overkill. It's like everything has become too much. And I am at a breaking point. I am at a point where I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm at a point where I'm overwhelmed. And it's not seeing that every single hurt, every single pain, every single disappointment, every single devastation has led us to being so well armed for a powerful and brilliant future. Because here's the thing, things aren't easy. As much as we love to see the edited world, the easy world, the seamless world, the beautiful everything, that's manufactured to make us feel really, really guilty, because nothing is that seamless and nothing is that easy. The 10 of Swords is saying each year, each day, each week, each month that we were stabbed in the back to equal 10 has changed who we are. That person who started off is not the same person anymore. And now we're wiser and older and have more insight. And so there is this sense of, I'm not who I once was. And I have to start to become okay with that. I have to start to become okay with what I know now with more certainty and ferocity. I have to start to look at things more openly and more honestly and more tenaciously for myself. And to say, where is it that I want to be? And how is it that I get to move forward? And what is it that I have learned that has strengthened me in ways that I didn't want to be strengthened, but that are absolutely invaluable to where I fit now in this world, like how I'm moving myself forward, what I'm going after. And then we have the Ace of Wands, passion and creativity. We have God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, opening up the doors and saying, this is what ignites your fire. This is what you're passionate about. This is how, your eyes are being opened. Embrace it. Embrace it and let this passion shine. Let this spark shine. Let this be a tremendous and brilliant part of who you are and where you want to be. The Ace of Wands is this gift of inspiration, is this gift of this little piece of magic coming into our world, just meaning that it's making things make more sense. It's making things become more aligned with what we long for and what we want. And then it brings us to the Queen of Cups. It can also be a very emotional time. We could actually have felt like there was no passion left in our lives. There was no love, no beauty, no excitement, no real joy. But now, because we're getting this gift, it's like the spark is starting to come back and we're resurrecting. And we're rising out of darkness and doubt and into a place of love and acceptance and empowerment. And we're going to find that there is something that we're nurturing, something that we're building forward into our world that's going to set us apart, that's going to open up the doors, that's going to be more inspiring than we thought it was, and that's going to lead us forward in a very real way. And as we do this with the Queen of Cups, we're going to see that our hearts are more powerful than we thought they were, that the emotions behind things, the joy behind things, the emotions, they're intensified. And they're brilliant and they're beautiful, and we have to let them shine. And we have to let our heart shine during this time. There is also really a sense here of somebody who's very emotionally connected, helping us, moving us forward. And this could even be the memory of somebody who has passed on, who's going to be by our side and say, I'm here with you. I have you. You're protected. Don't be so afraid. Don't be so afraid to take that first step. In our hearts, we have the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles, this is collaboration. This is hard work paying off. This is needing every single person in the process to be able to create the work of art, to be able to create what it is that we desire and we long for and we're seeking out in our world for ourselves. We also can't give the other person too much credit or take too much credit for ourselves. We have to find that balance. We have to find that harmonizing factor during this time as we're working, as we are intensifying. And then the Five of Swords comes in. And as we're starting to find this balance, this is what can kind of like knock us completely off track during this time, is that we're faced with old demons, all right? These can be people that we knew in the past. These could be just insecurities that start coming up. And we think, what the hell is this? Like, I thought I was done with this. I thought I was done with this anger. I thought I was done with this fear. I thought I was done with XYZ. And it comes up again. And it's like, now I have to face this battle again. And I don't want to. And here's the thing with the Five of Swords. I know people say the Five of Swords is like bad sportsmanship. And I get it. I get where they're coming from. It's a very modern idea of we should all shake hands and I should give you back your swords. But in medieval times, that was ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous. People were killed because they didn't kill their enemy. And so then we're seen as weak by everybody else. So everybody else swarmed them. So here, it's going to be very important to understand that we're playing by older rules. We're playing by more primal rules. And this is a time where instead of always being nice, instead of always trying to take the higher ground or be whatever it is that somebody else wants us to be, we say, no, this is what I need. This is what I want. This is how I'm heading forward. This is what I'm going after. Period. End of discussion. This is what I need to do for me. And that's going to be important. It really is, because there's going to be this sense of, I don't get to be bullied anymore. I don't get to be, made to feel bad about myself or doubting the direction that I'm taking. It is right for me right now. It doesn't mean that I might not change my mind, but this is where I need to be. And this is the process that I need to go through. And I'm tired. I'm tired of giving people back the weapons that they've already used to try and devastate my life. And saying, oh, well, it's no big thing. Like, let's go round 2 or 3 or 4 or, 100. So this is being very powerful. And our hearts are taking back that power because our hearts and our minds are coming together. And it's funny because in our inner self, we want to be that creative, expressive, loving entity that keeps on growing and keeps on blooming and keeps on becoming. But our hearts are realizing, I need to protect me. And I cannot create what I want to create if I'm always giving my energy, my time, my space, my reality to everybody else. And then it leads us to the King of Swords, a Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, this can make us a little bit intense, actually, where we can sit there and really be like, no, I'm done. I'm charging forward. I'm going after what I want. I'm very goal-oriented. I don't want anybody to distract me. This is my time. We can find ourselves completely obsessed with work or with home or whatever it is that means the most to us and is the most logical use of our time. It doesn't matter if anybody else gets it. It doesn't matter if they don't get it. We need this inspiration for us. And so the Knight of Swords starts slaying the demons that have held us back, starts cutting down the darkness that tries to ensnare us, and starts helping us to move forward. And there's a real sense of logic being a part of us. Now, it doesn't mean that it all has to work down to calculations and logic that everybody can understand, but it's what is most logical to me, what is most inspiring to me, what makes the most sense for me. And how does that help me to see things in an honest, clear light? How does that help me to connect again to what I want from this life, to the way that I want to move forward, to what inspires and builds me up and guides me? And it then brings us to being a student. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things, is that we can be students, that we can be people who are discovering and who are becoming more and who are embracing inspiration. The Page of Pentacles is us in the minor arcana, but it's also saying, how do I plant these seeds? Like, how do I make the most grow and become and develop within my life, within what I want? How do I move forward for me and my own discovery? And to be a student, to be a constant learner, that is going to be important. And that is always going to be important. Now, we can also have an air sign energy kind of helping us along, or somebody who can be very logical or just kind of sees things very differently than other people. I wouldn't be surprised if the water sign energy and the air sign energy were somehow connected in one way or another, because they both have to do with the abstraction of things. So the fire sign energies and the earth sign energies, I see them as very grounded entities, but the air and the water, they're not as grounded. There's a fluidity. There's there's a way that they cannot be contained fully that is going to come forward for us during this time. And we're going to actually find that I need this. I need to be inspired by this. I need to see this more often in my life, that it's not always having to be so grounded and so logical and so one way, but that there's a myriad of ways that things can become beautiful within my life. And that's what I'm chasing. I'm chasing the beauty. And that's a great way to spend our lives, chasing the beauty of our souls, chasing the beauty of our expression, chasing that which makes us feel like we've entered into this erotic, sensual place of being. And I'm not just talking about sexually. I'm talking about in every aspect of our life. There's wonderment. There's a sense of awe. There's a sense of brilliance. And so let's go deeper. So at our roots, show me more deeply. Taurus, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Taurus. The roots of Taurus. Show me more deeply. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. So we have here, okay, so we're looking out, right? We have the Two of Wands and the 10 of Swords. We're looking out. We there's also overkill. We feel overwhelmed. And this is because there are battles with the 7 of Wands that we never stop fighting. We don't. It's a constant battle. It's almost the way we've been trained. Wait for the other shoe to drop. Wait for the happiness to be taken away. Wait, and you will find that you will have to be on guard again. You will have to be fighting again. There's an intensity. There's a force. There's a power here that always has to be ready. You always have to be ready. And this is exhausting. This is absolutely exhausting. Have you ever tried just to stay up all the time? That's what it's like for our energy base when we don't let ourselves rest. Because even when we sleep, even when we're supposed to be healing our body, subconsciously and spiritually, we feel like, now I have to be ready. I'm going to be attacked. Things are going to start falling apart. What the heck is going on here? And then we have the 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups brings us to the past. I remember the past is always going to be pain because it can never be relived. It can never be recreated exactly the same. And also, it can never be defeated because the words will always echo in our heads, especially if they're negative things from the past. So with the 6 of Cups, there's a sense here of what negativity is holding me back. What thing from the past am I always fighting against? Is it the words from a parent, from a caregiver, from the person who raised us? Is it that feeling of instability? Is it a lover that we had that absolutely destroyed us and made us doubt everything about ourselves? And that we could never, even if we did everything that we thought was right, they were never happy. It was never going to be good enough. You were always wrong. What is coming up from the past that we have to fight against? That makes us feel like, I can't look at a bright future because everything's been destroyed. And I know that that's heavy and it's not the nicest thing to say, but I'd rather spirit be blunt and honest and say, look at this. What am I carrying forward that I don't need to be carrying anymore? That doesn't get to keep on defining my life. They already took away my happy marriage, my childhood, my innocence, my belief that all people are good. They already took away something intrinsically sacred to us. They don't get to take away anything else. Excuse me. I'm just going to take a sip of water. This leads us to our inner self. Show me more deeply the inner self for Taurus, July 1st to the 15th, 2021. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. This one. And so right here, it's the 3 of Pentacles. Again, it's that collaboration. It's giving nobody more due than yourself. It's kind of like that saying, I don't believe anybody's better than me. I just don't believe I'm better than anybody else. And so it's really holding ourselves equal with others, or saying, excuse me, this might not be my strength now, but I'm building towards it. I'm learning, I'm gaining an understanding, I'm gaining an empowerment. And so the Six of Pentacles comes, not the Six of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles comes. And it's the sense of, I'm collaborating with spirit, I'm collaborating with my inner self, I'm collaborating with friends, I'm collaborating with professionals who are helping me, and I'm starting to see the path that I need to walk, the place that I want to be. And then this moves us to our emotional self. Show me more deeply the emotional self for Taurus, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Taurus. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. We have the Six of Pentacles and we have the 10 of Pentacles. This is wealth, but this is needing balance. So the Six of Pentacles is the fact that things aren't balanced. Now, in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, which is right here, that imbalance is much more clear. Here, it's kind of like, you get this present, you get this present, I'm handing you really great things. Awesome. But is it the fact that we are always giving to others, or is it the fact that we are always the ones receiving? How do we balance this? The takers, the takers, the takers, the givers, the givers, the givers. How do we balance this time? And especially around finances. How do we balance our finances? How do we balance what we need and what we want and how we're moving forward? And then we have the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is the sense of prosperity that lasts for generations. You know, do we feel like we messed up? Like, I didn't balance the finances enough to have enough for an inheritance, or I didn't do things right to be able to embark that wisdom onto others. And you know what? That's not your job. Your job is to live your life to the best of your abilities. And the other people, they have to live their life to the best of their abilities. And it's not all about the dollar signs. This is wealth, or what we value as much as money. These are the things that can't be measured, that we gave to people, that we gave to those that we love, but also that we gave to the world around us. There is a wealth that's coming in. And there can be a sense of nostalgia here, not in a negative way, but it is going to kind of manifest itself at times where I wish I could just go back to a time where things were easier, where things were safer, where things were, you know, had more reason to them. And then with this, it's kind of like, am I balancing my past and my present? And how do I move forward to my prosperity, to my bounty, to what I desire, to what I need? And what is it? You see, this old lady here, she's blind. She cannot see the world like everybody else does, but the dogs go to her. The child is looking at her. What wisdom does she hold that is not easily obtained, that can change the course of time? What wisdom are we being given that isn't meant for those who see? You know, isn't meant to be so obvious, that starts to change us, to guide us, to opening up a reality we didn't even know we wanted to walk in. And then we have our public self. How will Taurus be affected by how will Taurus be affected by the public arena, July 1st to the 15th, 2021? How will Taurus be affected by the public arena? Show me more deeply. July 1st to the 15th, 2021. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. These two. And this is here, the Devil reversed and the Six of Swords. And that's awesome. In the public arena, we are gathering up our knowledge and we are moving forward. It might be that we went through a physical move, or we're going to be going through a physical move. There is a sense of definitely moving forward spiritually, guided by the intellect, but guided by the understanding and the knowledge that we've accumulated over time. All right, emotionally things will be choppy at first, but we're releasing the devil from our lives. We're releasing the darkness, the pain, the hurt, the being chained to something that always is ego-based, and being able to step into this freedom, being able to feel the chains fall away. And that's going to be something in the public arena that is liberating. We're no longer bound. And that opens up the doors profoundly. Our subconscious chakra message is clarity. This is the third eye chakra. All of a sudden, things are starting to become more clear. Why? Because we're starting to align ourselves with what we desire and what we want and what we need, and, understanding what we're fighting for or where the energy drains are coming from. So the clarity comes in. We start to see things in a very different way. The third eye is opening. The sense of inspiration is coming. And this gives us a totally different insight into the world, into our world, into how we're moving forward. And it brings us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, which is ourself, the Hierophant, the High Priest, and the Druid craft deck. We have to be very mindful that we're not too much in our own heads. We're not getting too much in our own way. We have to be mindful of self-sabotaging, because that's going to be something that we're going to be very good at during this time. Saying, oh yeah, but this can't be me because I don't get to. I don't get to break the pain and the hurt and the disappointment of life. Like it's just now part of me forever. This is also being very mindful of people who are a little bit larger than life, who come in and say, I have the answers. Like, I'll move you forward the way that almost exactly the way that you're seeking, without it being uncomfortable, without having to do the hard work. Because being able to have the life that we want, being able to connect with ourselves and our souls the way that we long to, that's hard. It's really super hard. And it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of looking at ourselves. And so here, just be mindful of that. Our subconscious rooted message is the Three of Swords. Subconsciously, at our root is heartbreak, because a lot of our life is made up of heartbreak. We start to know pain and disappointment and despair, and it just keeps coming. And so it's being able to identify that heartbreak, that pain, and saying, you're not defining me. You're not my whole entire life. And so once we name the swords, then we pull them out like Excalibur, and we're able then to use them for ourselves, for our defense, for in our own armory. They're part of our weaponry of life. And then it brings us to our subconscious emotional inner self. And our subconscious inner self leads us towards temperance, balance, harmony. This sense of there's greater understanding than we know. There is greater balance than we can see. It's time to take the subconscious and the conscious world and have them be harmonizing factors for ourselves. It's time to look at balance. Look at balancing our inner selves, feeling as if we could sit quietly and be in harmony with who we are, without a million to-do lists running through our heads, without looking back at the past and saying, wow, I really messed up, but to be in harmony with who we are right now. This leads us to our subconscious emotional self, which is the Ten of Swords. And that's so interesting. It says everything is fine. It's not realizing the overkill. It's thinking, it's fine. I'm on my phone. This is okay. I'm not comfortable. I'm not happy. Nothing is right. But everything is fine. So we have to be mindful of that. We have to be mindful that emotionally, that pain hasn't become such a part of our lives that we don't even see it. We're so distracted with the world's distractions. We're so distracted by the imagery coming our way, and the constant barrage of overstimuli that's coming to us, that we don't realize the pain that we're in, or the pain that we've been through, and we don't honor it. Our subconscious public arena is the Five of Pentacles. That's a pauperous mentality. It's feeling like I don't deserve wealth. I don't get to have wealth. Wealth is not a part of me. We might have been in a relationship where the pauper's mentality was given to us by our partner, or we were born into a family where we never had enough. Money was always everything. Or we were just told, you're not worth the investment. You're not going to be successful. How dare somebody else decide our fate for us? The Five of Pentacles is turning to a place of wealth and prosperity. It's opening the doors and saying, I deserve to be here. I deserve to be warm. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be prosperous within my life. And that's changing my world. It is. It goes from being a beggar to being a queen, a ruler, a king. All right, Taurus. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the freedom that is coming to us, and as we release the chaos that has been part of us for just way too long. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Taurus.